Okay. All right, HBAR 330s. We are going to do one really short lesson for this week. Theoretically, I'm saying online, virtually, whatever it may be, while I do the snoops with you one-on-one, like I say, quote unquote, face to face. We will, let's just put onto the screen, right? Let's just get it here. I don't think there's going to be any sound in it. Short, we're going to start talking about managing talent. Like I said, very, very short lecture here, but a lot to discuss in terms of a lot to think about, and definitely a lot for you to have a look at. And I would, I would like it. It would be nice for you to do the practical exercise. And yeah, it's going to take you a lot of time, but it's going to actually help you a lot. And we can kind of chat about that to and from and between these snoops that we do have together. These questions are super important for you to sit back and think about and definitely have answers to. And if you don't have an answer to them, these particular points that are going to be coming up in this particular lecture, then don't worry. It gives you an opportunity to say, okay, look, this is what I need to work on, and this is how I want to actually start to just polish myself up, so I can move forward with myself and my own management of my own talent as we move further, as you move further in your own career. Okay, so let's do it. Like I said, very short lecture. Let's go into it, and let's talk about finding talent. Right. So we know that we have discussed the X factor. The X factor is going to actually come up a little bit later on in this lesson as well. But we have introduced the concept of what talent is considered, what talent is defined as. uh, does someone have talent? I think it's unfair and also kind of ridiculous to say that nobody on this earth has a particular talent, something that they are good at, something that they are passionate about, and something that they do well in. So everybody's got some kind of great thing about them that they can do. Maybe they're a great artist, maybe they are a great communicator, maybe they're a great doctor, maybe they're a great, they're great with animals, whatever it may be, right? So we know that everybody has that something a little bit special, but we know that that's not enough. I say when you do have talent, it needs to be nurtured. It needs to be obviously acknowledged, first of all. And when I say acknowledged, you got to focus down on it and say, okay, I mean, I recognize this. I know I'm good at this. Here are the tangible outcomes of it. Here is the tangible proof that I can say things like that out loud, and proclaim it and say, I am a great creator. I am a great personality. I am a great producer. Whatever it may be, I'm great technically. And this is my talent, right? Of course, you can have many, many talents, quite a few of them, as well. And some of us are lucky to have like a handful of them that we carry throughout our own lives, right? So when we are scouting for any talent, so from a programmer's perspective and a station manager's perspective, what are we thinking of and who are we looking for, right? So let's look at some of these points, or all these points, and let's discuss some of them as we move along. So genuine individuals, right? That's two points in one. Genuine and being an individual both mean something on their own, right? And then putting that together, we'd like to know that we can find a genuine individual out there that can be someone that can spotlight and can speak for the people, or speak to our audience, at the end of the day. But the genuine in authenticity and the genuineness, right? The genuineness, that's a word. Authenticity, genuine authenticity in a person is something that we do not find quite regularly as we walk about in life, walk through life, and we meet different people, interact with different people. People just don't know how to be authentic anymore. I think is more of a truthful statement than more than people don't want to be genuine. It's 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 quite risky to open up and be yourself, I suppose, if you don't know why there is no risk in doing it. So if you are on the other side and you haven't yet found that comfortable place and that understanding it, there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong. And it's actually better. The world responds better to an authentic person, right? You might be finding it a little bit difficult to kind of cross that barrier, that little bridge there, and get more comfortable with yourself and with the world around you. Just being who you are makes you a unique individual because you are by default born and bred to be different to everybody else. An individual is also just a person that does think for themselves. It themselves act for them, act not for themselves. I suppose that's a bit. It sounds a bit selfish, but it's fine. And you do act for yourself. You do act to improve your own life. You do act on your own thoughts, then processes and decisions. You will act, I'm saying in the tangible, you will either touch or feel or smell or so, whatever it is, something. You also say, right, whatever comes out of your mouth that you decide is appropriate or inappropriate for that time. It doesn't matter. The world won't decide for you. We want an individual, someone that can actually identify in their own being something that makes them different from anyone else. Fantastic storytellers. So, yes, storytelling has been something that we've been telling you from the beginning is really important for you to be able to take someone from the beginning of a story and take them all the way till the end, keep them entertained and captivated is definitely a skill that a talent scout would look for, right? Beautifully articulated. This is a difficult one to do. So yes, some people are born with the gift of gab, and they can just they love words and they love literature and they love diction and they love vocab, and they've got it's quite lovely to actually hear somebody or listen to somebody that does have this great articulation for whatever spoken language they are proficient in. For the rest of us, though, we have to practice and we have to practice and practice and practice even more to become better in our articulation and know how to speak with a clear set of mind, right? In a clear state of mind, should I say? And then with obviously a clear state of direction, right? So that we don't lose people along the way. Have a natural and a great sense of humor, right? So being a person that everybody has a sense of humor. Not everyone has a natural and a great sense of humor. At that, good listeners make you a good broadcaster at the end of the day. A good listener will know how to, I don't know, one, be able to not I don't know, I know. We want to be able to solicit for more and deeper and complex and interactive interaction, definitely, because you listen, you're like, oh, okay, I know exactly where I am in this conversation. I'm paying attention. I see opportunities for follow-ups. I see opportunities for new angles, whatever it may be, right? Good listeners will be able to be good engagers at the end of the day, right? You can also listen to the world around you. That's the thing as well. Not to be so distracted in just what is in front of you, which I get is very difficult, especially if you are going through a rut or you are going through a hard day or you are unhealthy, you're feeling sick or whatever it is. It's difficult to look and I don't know, be part of the world around you, but you've got to practice to become perfect as this is a reflection of what it is that you will go and portray on your show for your listener, right? Original thinkers, definitely. We want people that are, I would say, leaders in original thought. So things that can be groundbreaking, they can break barriers, they can also see new ways of the world around them, in the world around them, that the world perhaps maybe is being stuck and maybe being narrated or directed or pushed and pulled where they might be sinking and we can be swimming on their behalf to give them a better opportunity to understand. Like, well, I feel like that's the right thing. Oh, I didn't know that. That empowers me. I can go and I know this is something small. Like I know where I can go pay my fines, or I know where I don't know, I can start at home to feel and in my own body, my you know, I can control, let's say, my long-term health or whatever it may be, right? With just simple things that I do have access to every single day. It's original thought, and it's captivating for a listener. Intelligence is important, so not being smart. Smart, I suppose, is a sense of IQ. I know that IQ stands for your intelligence quota, right? But an intelligent human being is actually defined by the person that can actually use their smarts, right? They can use their brain and be able to use it constructively, cognitively, and obviously creatively to be able to interact with the world around them, right? To navigate through. Passionate about people is it's mandatory. You have to be passionate because you serve people. And the whole thing with us is that everything and anything that we do on air has to do with someone's life, obviously, our listeners, but also, again, everybody else we decide to include around them within any one particular piece, content piece, interview, whatever it may be, at any one particular point in our show. Right. So must be passionate. What's like what people are, what they do, what they're about, where they are, what they're worrying about, etc., etc. Like stuff that you've heard before throughout the year. Want to be able to love to connect with other people. Yes, definitely. I think that's even if you are an introvert, it doesn't matter for work. You can be an extrovert. You will be an extrovert. You will be around and be part of a community. You know, and whenever you see someone, old, young, big, small, this that doesn't matter. This is of no issue to you. You can connect with anyone and everyone that would like to be connected with on the other side, right? Curious and never stop wondering, right? Because that's a growth that is a growing creator. Formally educated or have ample life experience, right? One or the other or both are important, right? Because if you don't know, like, how to speak of loss, or you don't know how to speak of trouble or trauma or obstacles or joy or love or whatever it is, then you're not going to be able to speak much, I say much relevance to a person that's listening to you on the other side of whatever it is that they're listening to you on air. Love to learn and share new ideas and ways of thinking about the world. You are a trendsetter. When I say that, it could be, I suppose you could even immediately, your train of thought goes to fashion and what it is that I might also be creating or whatever it may be. But a trendsetter is a trendsetter in a train of thought, right? So you want to be able to lead people in new ways of just the way that you are, right? Want to be seen and want to be heard. Even if you're a producer in the background, doesn't matter. Like you want your content to be heard, you want it to be seen, etc. You don't have to be the one that's behind the mic for this to matter. So, for you, this is exactly what you need to go and do. You need to go and take a paper, take obviously your workbooks, whatever it is that you do use to take notes in, and go through each point, right? And go and analyze yourself, right? In all of these points that we have just discussed, and say whether it is or what it is about you and or what it is about you that makes you qualify for these things over here. Good luck and enjoy. All right. What is the X factor? Why is it's so important? The X factor is that thing, and we put that in little inverted commas because you can't touch or feel it, as we say, that makes you stand out. Um, Predominantly, most people, I'm saying, with an X factor will just automatically stand out because it's part of their personality, right? There's something odd about them, something special about them, something stand out about them that draws people's attention. Right. It might be bad, it might be good, doesn't matter, but they do have an X factor. That has many, 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 many. There's a big, I say, diction of adjectives that could probably describe this particular person, right? And the thing is that side effects, what people are sometimes dumbfounded. when they are in the presence of somebody's X factor. Think of all the various types of celebrities, right, or famous people, or people that are great at something, and think what their X factor is. Just not only being good at what they do, but why is it that they are good at what they do? The why is really important. So, you got swag because it's easy to jock, but I got that X factor that is no mold, only the best acquire. It's all originals, and no all original and absolutely no copy. So you can be a great performer in sales, or indeed any role. Like I say, again, you could be a banker, you could be a teller, like a cashier. It doesn't matter. If you have an X factor, you're going to stand out amongst the rest. Something that is drawing you, drawing people towards you and to you. People find just intoxicating, right? In a great way. What makes you a great salesperson? Well, I mean, are they like athletes with unfaltering drive and competitiveness? Excuse me, or more akin to psychologists looking to build empathy and understanding the let me get that word right, disproportionate, no, my goodness, like instead of proportionality, that's the word, put the dis in front of it. It seems like I can't get that hole there. So proportionality, in other words, there must be, so disproportionality, that's better for me, right? Yeah, means that there is an extreme difference between them and somebody else that is just quote unquote like them. So compared to another person in their team, another person in their field, another person in their ranking, etc., etc. Okay, all right. So just with this particular little graph here, it's not nothing that is important in terms of when I say in terms of your theory. I just want to give you an example of how companies want to try out. Well, no, they do. I mean, they try to tangibly try to rate and yeah, basically, yeah, it's rate. Rate is the best thing. Score you according to some things that are intangible, right? And they do this normally for performance appraisals, etc., that you will find happens every single year at your own station or at your place of work, wherever you are, right? So when I say intangible, look, influencing and persuading, we can't touch or feel. Like displacing initiative, listening to others, setting goals, displaying integrity, accepting responsibility, business acumen, coping with pressure, solving problems, adapting to change, personal selling, motivating others, building networks, personal communication, operating independently, working with teams, using creativity, handling authority, building customer relations, working with numbers, working with words, achieving plans, committing to goals, leading others, managing career development, and then managing some resources. I think that's everything. Or maybe I missed something down. Nope, you did. All right. Sharing knowledge, sharing professionalism, supporting diversity, understanding others' needs, and working safely. So you can see how things that are quote unquote intangibly recognized as something that you can't really touch or feel they produce tangible results. So if you are influencing and persuading, right, you're going to see other people tangibly. So because you can see it happening. Like you say, like act on the influence that you do have on them, how you influence or persuade them in doing things or this or that, whatever it may be, right? All right. So performance appraisals, it's a staple again in every company. So do expect that. It's always good to also you will also be rating yourself at a company, so a boss can see also whether you are on the mark as the same mark as they are, whether you are a little bit delusional, like a little bit lost. Okay. All right, there's an approach here called the ACE approach to nurturing, not nutritionist, nurturing talent. Okay, one for the A, appreciate your talent. Let them know that you love them because you do. You chose them beyond anyone else. Show the appreciation for them, show support, show interest and investment. Coach them. So hands on, bring out their best qualities. See what it is that they're struggling with because that's why you're a manager. You have more experience, have more knowledge, and you'll be able to definitely know how to really on the individual capacity know how to bring out the best in them. Okay, evaluate them, always provide them honest and fair feedback. These can be achieved by doing, for example, a great sense of personable relationships, right? So your presenters are personalities and they do need to be dealt with in unique, segmented ways, differently, different people. And this is something that you won't really find is that important, I say, at other or in other industries, right? Because the person is the product and the product is the person, as I've said many times before, that you would know that this is very important for us in our industry, right? Or our profession. Support growth and exposure to varied skills and opportunities. Presenters must be given goals and objectives, right? Okay, so that they don't say, I don't know what to do, I do not like what you wanted from me, etc., etc. Okay, here we go, we're nearly done. Because the road to great talent management, spend time with your talents, be present to coach and train them, use constructive criticism that provides a way forward, involve yourself in the process. You must set clear expectations, listen to and take interest in their ideas, facilitate discussions in a safe environment, customize criticism and guidance with each presenter, maintain a humble, approachable presence so that they're not intimidated or feel like you're unapproachable. Great coaches praise talent when they perform and share the blame when they fall. Credit should be given in private. All right. So what I've done is I've also, where did I put that thing? Now, just give me a second. I'm going to have to just switch on over, find that my PDFs. I will include that, or I have included that. I've sent it to Grant. This little PDF here that's going to be quite cool. It's off a Disney site. Well, it's a Disney article, should I say, Disney based. H3B, CPI, just give me a second. Um, what about it? Uh, 2 seconds. Here we go. I'll open it now. Okay, let me stop that share there. And let me open up a new one. Yep. All right. Just gonna go through the headliners of it, right? You can see there, uh, little article that you can go have a read through. But 6 rules of great story. Come on. Okay. All right. So there, I mean, it is praising Pixar. They have won 13 of Academy Awards. I'm sure they won a little bit more. I'm sure this is quite a little, it's a slightly dated article. 9 Golden Globes, 11 Grammys. I think they're doing all right. Here are some tips from them, all right, from based on like the Pixar model, so that you know that you are on the right track when telling great stories. Great stories are universal. In other words, a lot of people can relate to the core of them, things that relate to, let's say, birth or growth, emotionality, aspiration, conflict. This is what's included or at the core of what it is that we're talking about. Right, number 2, great stories have a clear structure and a purpose. Part A, structure, and then part B, purpose. Go have a look at some of that. Right, we know this from our own construct of how it is that we put the hook together, where we're going with it, obviously in the dress up and the crimes and the payoff, etc. This is the same thing, right? Like Pixar will write in terms of purpose. Why must you tell the story? What's the belief burning within you that your story feeds off? What greater purpose does this serve? What does it teach? It's at the heart of a really great story. Try to ask yourself. You enjoy so many great stories, and you should by only by that by default know what it takes. Excuse for the when I printed the screen, I didn't really expect that it would print out this. We this is great. Great stories have a character that we root at the center of the story, so that we can follow around in terms of like who is the story being told about. Maybe it's their point of view. Like, is it a rags to riches story? Is it a growth, like a journey? Is it is it a story of loss? Whatever it may be, right? Great stories appeal to our deepest emotions. It knocks at our emotional strings. Never mind pulls at them, right? Number five, great stories are surprising and unexpected, which I know that you know that we know this through teaching throughout the years. And great stories are simple and they are focused. All right, so you can go have a look there. Sorry for the messy just print screen, right? That I did there. But these are little cool little not memes. They're just little graphics that are quite cool. 22 Rules of Storytelling by Pixar. It's quite a fun, right? Okay, what are the stakes? Give us reasons, root for the character. What happens if it doesn't, or if they don't succeed? Stack the odds against them. This is cool. This is nice. Okay. All right, I'm gonna stop it over here. I'm sure I shared that. Hope I did. Oh, there it is there. Yeah. Okay. All right. And I'm going to stop recording. Enjoy the week ahead. Enjoy your shows. Good luck. Have a good time. We'll chat on the one-on-ones in the Snoops. All right. Thanks.